Hi guys, I'm Insightful and welcome to the Road to Gladiator series. I've never achieved Gladiator, but I'm hoping through this series, through my progression, through my fails, we can go on this journey together to finally get a good mount. Actually no, the mount this season really isn't great. But sit back and enjoy. This is episode 1 of how I'm going to achieve Gladiator. So guys, I think it's fair to say probably a good place to start off with is looking at what my current achievements actually are. So I've played PvP for since Shadowlands. I started off as a rogue and then I went to a priest because I could never find anyone to play with, went back to rogue, got my first duelist in season 2, and then I got duelist pretty much on my resto druid from season 3 of Shadowlands, season 4, and pretty much every season on Dragonflight in 2s and solo shuffle, and then in the last season of Dragonflight I achieved my highest rating, which was 2.4 in solo shuffle as a druid, which wasn't easy, but I felt like I was improving and I pretty much streamed all of my progress, and then I did it again on an alt just to prove it wasn't a fluke. However, this time you will notice I'm on a Shadow Priest. I feel like Druid at the moment isn't in a good place, so the predominant or the main part of the series will follow my Shadow Priest. The structure's going to be, I'm going to introduce you to my team and kind of people that I'm playing with along the way on the journey, and I'm going to break down my gameplay, show you how I'm going to improve using similar techniques to the previous video that I made, which is how to have the correct mindset to improve at PvP. So follow me along the way, sit back and enjoy the rest of the video. So starting off, I think my biggest challenge for this is going to be finding the right people and the right composition. So my chosen composition at the moment is Shadow Play. I feel it's very strong. There is a lot of players in the play base that play Warlock, Paladin, Restoration Druid if it becomes viable later on, or even Evoker, and I've got several friends that I plan to make the journey with. The biggest challenge for me personally will just be having the patience and the persistence to follow through. I've got pretty much good essentials of PvP after achieving duelist multiple times, but I really feel like I'm ready this season to take on the challenge.
Hello there, I'm Gramus and I am playing Affliction Warlock in TBC and Wrath, and now I came back to doing a challenge with the Insightful to get the Gladiator, and my hardest thing to overcome is to play the right defensive and keep cool while trained.
So guys, what we're going to look at here is a 3v3 game. This is around 1700. We're playing with an LFG Paladin. We've played a couple of games at this point. I'm just going to look at my positioning, my general spell use, general use of CC to begin with, and then we can review it afterwards together. I do believe we win this match, but let's see what I do well and what I don't, and let me know in the comments if you think there's anything specific I can improve, because I am very new to Shadow Priest. So the gates are about to open. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm telling Grimace to let me know when he's going to do a big go, and that I'm going to open up with some CC and PI. So let's see what we do. I think here the main thing is to try and spread out, not cluster, to make it harder for the druid. So I've kind of chosen to stay over here, getting some casts up, getting my dots about the instant, purging the mage I believe, and the druid's switching to me. Druid's already set Berserk up. I'm now purging the healer, trying to get off his protection, and I PI'd Grimace. So we're now going for a big go here. I've got Void Torrent up. The druid's bark skinned, and we've instantly got Ice Block there. We've gone for the Master Spell and Obsidian Ward from there, and we're just bursting down. So I get the Fear upon both, but instant Trinket. And the mage has still got Icy Veins up. Good cape from Grimace there. And we're still staying spread. Positioning isn't too bad. The Paladin's over there healing us, no problem. I'm saying to Grimace, I'll grip him up now as the Warlock's near me here. So I'm just focusing on getting damage on him. So I grip him up there, which is good. But now we're together, which is bad. So we get knocked down and the mage is free casting. So I silence the mage there because I know he's free casting. And then I pop Void Torrent and we move back onto the mage and come round. But here's bad. We're lining the Paladin. So the mage gets the wall, but he makes a mistake there, which is very fortunate for us. I'll try and line sight, and just at the moment I'm trying to keep between the healer and the feral. So there's a really good hodge there, so we get a little bit of damage. I've got Dark Ascension up, but I do get polyed. I'm just trying to keep the damage up really as much as I can. So bad decision here, we're all kind of clustered up, so I'm kind of trying to spread out a little bit. Probably should have played over near the boxes so I can focus CC onto the healer. So right now I think we're struggling to CC the healer because I'm having to purge the mage shield, and obviously the healer's got his protection, which takes like 4 dispels, which uses a lot of mana. So I get a stun there, we get the Soulra up, Emerald Communion, and we're sitting pretty happy now. We've got a lot of cooldowns. Grimace has still got Wall, I've still got Dispersed, and the mage has used Block, and we're probably going to get the second one now. Instantly dispel his altar, which is really nice, and then he sheeps me, but did I def that or get dispelled? I'm not sure. So great fear there onto the healer. He's kind of just sat in front of me, and do we get the kill here? I'm not entirely sure. Keeping up the mind plays, keeping up the dots. I could keep up more dots on the druid really at this point. So there's great fear from Grimace onto there. I've got some instant spells, silencing the healer. That's good silence while we're getting big damage. And then I think I'm looking to fear off this. But we kill the mage right there. Fairly clean game, but positioning was not the best. So into the next game, we're against Jungle. This is actually a really good map for us. Grimace has got his port up, or his gateway up on top of that ramp. And I think the strat here is basically, when he gets focused, he goes up there, and I then grip him straight back, which forces a lot of utility out the druid, and forces the healer and whoever to get out of position. So I kind of stay wide here, and I'm just spreading my dots, getting a lot of damage up, trying to force some cooldowns from the feral. So I can see straight away that I need to update my hunter cooldowns and add wall on Gladiator EX. So you can see here I'm just pumping. The paladin's kind of sat over on the other side, but we've kind of got widespread pressure here, and I'm not being focused, which is just allowing me to get big damage and get my dots spread out all over. So I think the feral is the main target here. Grimace gets a really good fear. We get wall from the druid too. The hunter's kind of just spamming by himself, so I think I'm putting a bit of pressure on him here just to kind of make him stress out a little bit. We get a good stun onto there, but we don't get the fear onto the heal. That maybe would have been good if I'd have followed up, but we do get the wall anyway from the hunter, so we've got both walls now. We haven't got a trinket yet. And Grimace is up there free casting, which is really good. And the druid's forced to go out into the middle here. We do kind of switch position, and I decide to peel for Grimace as he's like half HP. He forces Dark Pact. I run over to the healer, and what I'm trying to do now is dragging the druid out of line of sight to the healer while Grimace can free cast up there. That's really nice. So they're not really playing very well. There's not really been massive amounts of CC onto the healer. Grimace is tanking quite well. The paladin's got bop left. I've gripped Grimace on the stun, which is good because they were probably going to do a burst there. And I think roughly our positioning isn't too bad. I get the double fear there, which is always high value. And I have got Void Torrent as well, which I'm going to use here. Obviously I'm following up with the DPs, massive DPs. I can see my healers getting low here, so I am kind of keeping an eye on the swap just in case, but we've got a lot of pressure here. I stun the healer, we get PS, the hunter's doing a go now, so I decide to pump some damage onto him. Cyclone's cancelled, and I do actually have silence, so I silence the healer here. They're both really low. Grimace gets a great kick. I've got big damage. The healer's separated here, so I'm going over for the double fear. I'm putting pressure on, and I think we actually kill the healer here. Yeah, nice game. So I think this is an interesting game. I think we lose to this comp. So this is a really good comp because the rogue is going to CC us and the shadow priest is going to do big damage. So let's see what happens here. We open up, I instantly get the fear onto the healer and I try and come back over. I'm just getting damage out at this point because I know we've got CC on the healer. So I silence him before he comes back in. The rogue does a big go, but we get some big damage there. And he uses cooldowns. He hasn't forced anything yet, but it should be close here. We get the DR Hodge, which isn't great, but the Paladin played pretty good overall. So here we need to keep spread, really. We need to kind of sit on top of the portals and the gateways. So I peel there for Grimace with a fear, and I'm just trying to get my dots up here, trying to pull out line of sight, switching back onto the shadow and keeping sure my dots are on everything, so I've got as much uptime, so I'm self-healing as much as possible. We get a lot of damage here, and Grimace dies. So what could I have done differently here, guys? Could I have maybe swapped, but Grimace was dueled? Could he have saved his cooldowns? Could he have not walled as early because we had a lot of pressure? Let me know what you think in the comments and what you think of this series in general. If you've enjoyed this video and you want more, please do comment, like and subscribe. Also check out my Twitch and stream on YouTube. The links are in the description. Bye.